Hello, this is John Leslie. Thank you for joining me. It's time to kick out the jams and rock and roll. Enjoy! That was The Animals, and coming up later we have music from Air Supply, The Whisperers, Lobo, Meatloaf, and Dave Clark 5. But now it's time for music from Mike Nesmith and the First National Band here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. Good evening, this is John Leslie. That was Creedence Clearwater Revival. Coming up later, we have music from Haircut 100, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder, the Poppy Family, and David Bowie. But first, it's time for music from the Grand Funk Railroad here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ.org. I'm going to wind up the hour with Simon and Garfunkel here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org.
That's Rod Stewart. Before that, REO Speedwagon. I'm Shane Ray. That's going to do it for me on a Monday. Thank you so much for letting me ride home with you. It's always appreciated. Don't forget, 7 o'clock, it is the Intern Hour with John Leslie. I'm going to wind things up with James Brown. It's the Big Payback on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org.
Thank you for joining me tonight on the Intern Hour. Whether you're on your way home or off to work, I'm glad you're here. That was Dusty Springfield. Coming up later, we have Hall & Oates, The Cars, Bee Gees, and we have Stevie Wonder. But first, the Four Seasons here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ.org. RZ, we've got classic hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s that still rock today, like this one from Grand Funk Railroad here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. WYRZ. We've got a case of the Twitters. Follow us on Twitter at WYRZ989. You're listening to the Intern Hour. Stay gold and keep rocking.
That's the Blues Brothers. Before that, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. I'm Shane Ray. That's going to do it for me on a Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much for letting me ride home with you. I always appreciate that. Coming up next, it is the Intern Hour. John Leslie, the legend. He's going to be taking you all the way up till 8 o'clock. And I am going to wind things up with another legend, the killer himself. It's Jerry Lee Lewis on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org.
This is John Leslie. Thank you for joining me this evening for the Intern Hour. That was Rare Earth. Coming up later in the hour, we'll hear from Kenny Rogers and Kenny Loggins, as well as the Beatles. But now it's time for Aretha Franklin here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. This is John Leslie. Follow us on Facebook at WYRZ 98.9 FM. Here's Shadows of Night here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. This is John Leslie. Join the Indiana Department of Transportation for their statewide hiring fair Tuesday, September 17th from 10 to 3 p.m. hosted by 11 NDOT locations around the state to learn more about available winter seasonal positions. Visit our website for more details. Here's the Tramps on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. This is John Leslie. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm going to wind down the hour with Alvin and the Chipmunks here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org.
The Carpenters. Before that, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. I'm Shane Ray. That's going to do it for me on a Thursday drive home show. Thank you so much for letting me ride home with you. Coming up next, it's the Intern Hour with John Leslie. I'm going to wind things up with Livingston Taylor. Yeah, sound familiar? He sounds a little familiar too. That's because his brother is James Taylor. Had this hit though, I'll Come Running on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org.
This is John Leslie. Whether you're on your way off to work or headed home, I'm glad you've tuned in. That was Cream, and later on in the hour, we'll hear from Kenny Loggins, Billy Joel, and Lovin' Spoonful. But now it's time for Nancy Sinatra here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. This is John Leslie. Join us this Sunday at noon for The Beatles Show with Casey Petrosky as he plays the top 100 hottest Beatles signals as part 1 in a 10-show series. Now it's Tyrone Davis here on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. This is John Leslie. That was the Marshall Tucker Band. And as promised, here's Love and Spoonful on 98.9 FM and WYRZ.org. Hey, this is John Leslie. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.